Hello, I am Chip Cod Roach, and I am back for a fun movie review. I want to thank my 12th subscriber for subscribing, and thanks to all my viewers for watching my videos. Here's my guest, Rascal. He says hi. And I will be reviewing the first Ninja Turtles movie that came out in 1990. And this is a very cool movie. My mom drew the short straw to take me when I was 6 years old to see this. I don't think she was thrilled. I mean, a movie about mutant turtles. Ooze goes into the sewer. They end up mutating into human-like turtles along with their master Splinter, who is a rat. A rat in New York City, not so rare. They're just as stinky as some of the people. And then, of course, but turtles, that's a little bit odd. And yet they're Ninja Turtles. So they fight crime, try not to be seen, and go back into their sewer. So I will do my usual gig here. I will do my spiel like I'm doing now, and now I will show pictures so the YouTube police don't get me for copyright. So I will show the first picture. Okay, so we have here, this is going to be the story. She looks really tired. The very tired looking news anchor with the messy hair, April O'Neil, is on the very awesome 1990s television set. And she's explaining how the Foot Clan is terrorizing the city. They're pickpocketing old ladies. They're stealing radios off of people's porches, TVs out of homes, TVs out of Kmart's and Sears. Oh, kind of funny. I mentioned the two that kind of went out of business at the same time.
That's because they're owned by the same people.
Yeah, exactly. So, and now she is about to blame the police for not really doing their job and stepping in and sort of controlling the situation. Kind of like what's happening in New York now. I didn't say that, did I? I'll just shut up now and I'll get to the next picture before I can start a political bomb. Oh yeah, I gotta do their actors' names too. Well, okay, so here is the first look at the Ninja Turtles. They just got done saving April O'Neil because she stumbled on the thieves stealing TVs, putting them into their van. So she was in trouble. They attacked her. So Raphael took his sai out and knocked out the light so you couldn't see him. They wrap up the bad guys for the police. So they have to save the police in this case. They have a nice, easy catch for them. And so they go down in the sewer and then they, celebrate a little bit. Michelangelo ordered a pizza when Master Splinter, the rat, was having a serious conversation and Michelangelo is ordering pizza. That's why I love the guy. Splinter's having a stupid speech and Michelangelo says, I'm going to order a pizza instead. I love it. So you got Michelangelo in the orange. Yes, he's named after the guy that painted the Sistine Chapel. And Sistine Chapel, yeah, whatever. And then obviously Leonardo, after Leonardo da Vinci. Raphael in the back there with the red is the one that kind of goes off on his own a lot. He has a little bit of an attitude. Raphael was also a painter. I would like to tell you more about Donatello, but I don't know that much about him, other than he was probably another artist. And there's Leonardo in the front and center, sucking up to Master Splinter, as he normally does. Leader and suck up. That's what he is. He kisses Splinter's butt. So, now, and they also do live in the sewer. This is where Rob Schneider and Nick Swartzen do their comedy acts now. And the rats don't even like them. So, I will get to the next picture. Oh, I forgot to name the actors. Leonardo is Brian Toshi. Donatello, that's an easy one. Corey Feldman. Michelangelo is Robert Reist. Raphael is Josh Payas. Those other three, Couldn't tell you anything about. I do think the pizza delivery guy is the guy who plays Michelangelo, but I would have to look that up. I'm almost positive that's who he is. So I think you could see them. Now they also do, I think those are just the voiceovers. The people that are actually in the suits, I believe, actually do know martial arts. Because the guy that's in the second one is actually in the suit of Donatello. Because they have to know martial arts in order to do all the kicking and stuff. And Corey Feldman isn't exactly a martial artist. He's an artist of doing recreational goodies. So now I'm going to get to the next picture. Okay, and this guy is Casey Jones. He is played by Michael Chiodas. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He was in movies like Look Who's Talking 2, The Thin Red Line, and The Greatest Game Ever Played. And The Greatest Game Ever Played will be on a movie review for sure. That was a good movie. So, moving on back to this. So this is Casey Jones. He's kind of doing what the Ninja Turtles are doing. He's trying to control the city's crime. Only he does it with baseball bats, cricket bats, and golf clubs.
What the hell is a cricket bat?
Cricket bat's it's a game they play in India. It's a bat. It's got like a flat club on it. I'll have to show you a picture of it.
Okay.
I would actually like to learn how to play it. Sounds like a lot of fun. Moving on. So what happens here is Raphael kind of interferes in this guy's fun, and they kind of argue on how they're controlling the situation. Raphael kind of just kicks the guys, tries to teach him a lesson. Casey Jones, being an ex-hockey player, just wants to beat the crud out of them and is kind of aiming to kill them. So there's a little bit of a conflict there. There's kind of a conflict whether it's the right way to fight or the wrong way. So these guys will end up meeting again. I'll show you the next picture now. And this is very angry Chief of Police, Chief Stearns. April is pretty much saying this guy's not really doing a good job. So he does not like to hear that. So he is angry. So he is telling tired-looking April O'Neil to cool it down, or she's pretty much going to get slapped or something, or he's not going to be cooperative, which he's not anyway. Now, this may not seem important, but it is, because her boss's kid is actually one of the people stealing. So he gets caught. So then the chief of police makes a deal with her boss, Charles, to have them ease off. And the exchange there is that he would get his kid off without pressing charges. So that's why this part's important. So now I'm starting to realize here, police, and this is how they buy off the press. Okay. That works out. It sounds like police work of today. So I will get to the next picture now. Okay, well, it's Raphael to the rescue. So after that little blow up with Chief Stearns, she ends up going to the subway. She gets jumped by 3 or 4 foot soldiers. Raphael was waiting outside because for some reason they have a crush on this lady. So he kind of rescued her and brought her back to the sewer where he was hoping not to run into Rob Schneider. He didn't. And she's now getting the much needed rest that she needs. Maybe she won't be on TV with bags under her eyes. So what Raphael didn't know is maybe his ninja senses were sleeping at the wheel, but he was being followed by foot soldiers to their lair. So are the foot soldiers looking for Rob Schneider and Nick Swartzen? No. They would just jump them. No, they want to get to where these Ninja Turtles are hiding, and they end up capturing Master Splinter and bringing them to Shredder. So now I will show the next picture. That's very fixable. Okay, so after she wakes up and screams, she then kind of friends the turtles for some reason. I guess she has them over at her apartment. They have pizza together. And so now the turtles exit her apartment and they're going to go back down to her sewer after they made back to their sewer after they just made a bunch of lame jokes to her and somehow made her laugh. So, okay, so I will get to the next picture, which is a doozy. Okay, so the turtles came back to their place pretty much destroyed. It looks like Louis Anderson sat on that stove, and Artie Lang went after the fridge.
Who and who?
You have to look them up. They're both overweight comedians. So, nope, that is not what happened. The Foot Clan actually broke in, destroyed the stuff, and also stole Master Splinter, the rat. I hope they had the rabies shots.
Stole? You mean kidnapped?
Stole,
Or rat
kidnapped,
napped? Rat napped.
Rat napped. Whatever. Splinter's gone. He's not there. Okay, so he is, which is not a good thing. Alright, so I will get to the next picture. Okay, so this is the genius of Shredder. This is the hideout, whatever you want to call it, for the Foot Clan and the future Foot Clan. They have arcades, they have skateboarding, and look at all that pop there. So these kids are going to grow up with a lot of health problems, thanks to Shredder. Like I said, he pretty much preys on kids that are maybe unwanted or are trying to fit in, so he kind of has this club for them. So he's got this fun little place for him to go to, and this is how he gets them. So this is how he uses them. It's brilliant. So you have the kids here who are just learning, but then this is also where the Foot Clan also train. So I will now get to the next clip, which is showing Shredder. Okay, so this is Shredder. This is the master behind the whole thing with the Foot Clan. And yes, he does have Splinter. He's got him captured. So I guess from what I'm told, Shredder is quite hideous and scary looking. And I guess the rat is better looking than Shredder. Well, if that's your take on it, now you've really made him mad. Okay, I'll go to the next picture. Poor Shredder. Or poor Splinter. He's all chained up. He doesn't look happy. He looks pretty bad. He looks like he's in bad shape. So, like I said, Shredder captured him. And yes, this movie is actually older than my fiance is, which makes me feel even older. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty old right now looking at this. Yeah, I saw this years ago. Not a good thing. So Splinter is just waiting to be saved. He doesn't know when that's going to be. He does friend Danny. I'll get into that because then he tells Danny, the kid that stole April's wallet, and that's April's boss's kid. So he friends the rat. He tells him about the turtles. I'll show you that picture in just a couple minutes. So there's Splinter all chained up. Okay, so what happened was the turtles, their place is obviously trashed. The Foot Clan knows where they live. They followed April to her house, burned her house down. Well, it caught fire. So now what was also left on an answering machine is she got fired because of the constant pressure on Chief Stearns. So Casey Jones kind of rescued all of them, and now they're back at April's parents' old house, which is kind of far away from the city. So they're hiding out there. Yeah, she got fired. Charles called her on an answering machine, and yeah, that's not a very nice way to do that. I just thought of that. You don't leave that on an answering machine. That's rude. That is very rude. That is so rude. And Casey Jones is pretty much just telling her now, which makes her even more angry. So, with that being said, Casey Jones unfriends the Turtles. Him and Donatello they fix a car together, so there is some type of, I guess, connection there. So they do have some common interests. I mean, they're really on the same side. They just want to get rid of the bad guys. They just have a different way of doing it. All right, so I'll show the next picture now and shut up. Okay, so sometimes I could be wrong. And I was here. He doesn't tell Danny about the Turtles. I'm sorry. He told April, so I had to go back a little bit. But that's okay. So anyways, what happened was these turtles stumbled on this radioactive material, which is probably found in our food. So the turtles go in this ooze, and then they become bigger. They become big, they start talking. Don't ask me how this happens. It's probably something that Monsanto came up with. And Splinter ran into it too, and he also grew and started talking as well. So, this is how the turtles became about. It's from this radioactive ooze, which is, you can see in the little corner there, it says, I think it's TGRI, and that is, they explain it in the second one. So, I will show you the next clip. Picture. Maybe this will be the funny. Okay, so they sort of trapped the foot soldiers into going into. Sorry about
Bless
that.
you.
So they ended up trapping them, and then they ended up putting the steam on them, and then they ended up just wiping them out. So we are getting towards the end. So just maybe like one or two more pictures at the most. So I'm going to go on to the next picture right now. Okay, so here is the end of the movie. What the Turtles don't know is Casey Jones and Charles' son Danny do have Splinter. The Turtles do not know that yet. So they're about to fight Mr. Metal here. I'm not going to tell you how it ends, just in case you want your kids to watch this, in case for some reason you haven't seen this yet. If you are older, I don't know how you would miss it, but hey, things happen. It took me 30 years to watch Batman Mask of the Phantasm. So, here's the end of the movie. I'm not going to tell you how it ends, because this isn't Zack and Miri, and I want you to watch this. I don't want you to watch Zack and Miri. It was horrible. So
Stick to the one you're on.
I am. Yeah, this one's actually a cool watch, and tomorrow I will compare this one to the second one. This one, I am going to say, is maybe a little bit... It does have adult humor in it. One part I can really think of is when Casey Jones is in the sewer with the Turtles, and I think it was maybe Michelangelo who says that he's claustrophobic, and Casey Jones pulls a Rob Gronkowski and says that I'm comfortable around other guys. So he gets claustrophobic and homophobic mixed up. He's that typical jock that took way too many head injuries. So my review for this would be it's an enjoyable watch. It's cool. It's good. It's not very good, and it's not great. So it's right around the C+ to B- range, which isn't bad. I watch this movie maybe 4 or 5 times a year. So
You need a life.
So it's an enjoyable watch. I watch it with breakfast when somebody's sleeping.
Well, sorry, I work late.
I'm not gonna say who. It's only about a 90-minute movie. It's not really that long. And then usually I follow up and watch the second one. But also keep this in mind, this is when I lived in a snowy state where I can have movie days. So, not really going to happen too much anymore, but still.
That is a straight up lie. All you do is watch TV. But continue.
But anyway, so this gets about a C plus to B minus rating about that. So, all right, I'll leave it at that, and I'm gonna do the second one tomorrow. So stay tuned.